Hello, my name is Richard Kent. Today I want to talk about how God creates energy in our bodies. And it's fairly complex. And it's certainly worth thinking about to illustrate to each of us the amazing scientific power of God. Now, our bodies require energy and a lot of it. Just for example, our brains, which consume more energy than any other organ, they require glucose and oxygen to run the Krebs cycle in our brains. But just concentrating on the brain, for example, if you were to cut off the blood supply to my brain for 3 seconds, cutting off the sugar and the oxygen, within 3 seconds I'm unconscious, in 3 minutes I'm dead. It's as simple as that. That's how much I need energy, and so, by the way, do you. Now, basically, in all of our cells, we have mitochondria. I'm going to be talking about how the cells work on a different occasion, but the mitochondria are where the actual energy is produced in a very complex system called the Krebs cycle, when low energy ADP, adenosine diphosphate, is made into high energy ATP. The high energy ATP is basically how energy is released throughout the whole of our body. Now, the important ingredients for the Krebs cycle are oxygen and glucose. So let's consider how the oxygen and glucose actually get to our body. Well, it all starts in the sun. God has created the sun 93 million miles away. It's a nuclear fusion reactor. It's something we can't do. Every second, 600 million tons of hydrogen is converted into helium, except for 4 tons, which is released as heat, light, and energy, and the whole electromagnetic spectrum. Now, the whole of the electromagnetic spectrum includes gamma rays and X-rays, and they would be very dangerous to our human bodies because they would actually damage our DNA and give us cancer. So God has very thoughtfully provided an ozone layer in the stratosphere to filter out the damaging rays so that we only see the visible spectrum. The light, in the form of photons moving in a waveform, comes down to planet Earth, and the first energy producing organisms are the plants and the algae with their amazing photosynthesis, which is truly supernatural. In the presence of sunlight, they convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen for us and carbohydrates and sugar for us. The animals eat the plants and we eat the plants, and of course we eat the animals as well. So we get our energy indirectly via the plants, and the plants get their energy from the sun. We actually then inhale the oxygen, and our lungs are like 2 giant sponges, and the surface area of each lung is about the size of a tennis court. And our lungs, by the way, are kept open by a special fairy liquid, if you like, God's fairy liquid called a surfactant. But the oxygen perfuses across the membranes of the alveoli in our lungs into our circulatory system where it's pumped around. Then the sugar is absorbed in our stomachs and our intestines, converted in our bodies into sugar in the cells. So sugar and oxygen comes into our blood system, into our hemoglobin, so it becomes oxyhemoglobin, and then the sugar and the oxygen is moved into the cells and into the Krebs cycle, so that ADP is made into ATP. Now, I know that's complicated. It is complicated. It's not simple. God is an amazing scientist. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.